Hi there, I'm Drea, and aside from my gaming content, I also wanted to talk about some other stuff. So in this video, I'm going to talk about Love is Blind and the mindsets that people seem to have going into this show that I think they really should change it a bit. If for those who don't know what Love is Blind is, it's a reality TV show, and I know like you're not interested in watching reality TV and whatnot and blah 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 blah, and why am I even talking about this? But I think it's also kind of, you know, like a clue to if you want to be in a relationship in your actual life as well, because that's what these people are supposed to be doing, but then they treat it pretty differently for some reason. So to give an example, you're separated into the men's quarters and the women's quarters, and you get to talk to about like 15 people, and then the way you first get to talk to them is you're on one side of a wall, they're on the other side of a wall, in a fairly well decorated room, I would say, and then you just get to hear their voice and nothing else. Like, you can't see them, you can't make them, text you a photo or anything like that because you don't have your phone either. So essentially, they make everyone quote unquote date each other. So 15 people on one side, the 15 people on the other side, you are all technically dating. And then if you want to go on more dates with someone that you feel that you had a better connection with, you can just request to be placed with them a bit more often than the others, and then slowly it starts to trickle down, and then eventually the end goal is, if you actually do find someone that you really think you'll get along with, you end up proposing to them, and then if they accept your proposal, you get to meet them face to face for the first time. The thing is, though, it feels like some of the contestants keep thinking to themselves that once you're inside what they call the pods, or the rooms, that is, just like, it's a fairy tale land, or it's just an isolated place because, you're not able to see the person, but you can hear them and whatnot. And, it's just the space that does not operate the same way it would in real life. Let me tell you, there have been like shows before, right, that they would put one person on the side of a partition, right, and then there would be like 3 contestants or something, and they would get to ask questions to them, and then they could say, yeah, I'm going to go out with like number 2 or 3, like that. Like, it's not brand new concept or anything, but the thing that is so bizarre is, like, that the reason why you're going there is to try to find someone you get along with, to hopefully get engaged to them and then get married. So the end goal is engagement, then maybe marriage. So how are you going to marry someone in just the fairy tale land you think of, and then nothing else is gonna happen? Like, you go back to your own place. That's the whole entire point. Like, you want to be with someone in the quote-unquote real world, right? That's why you go there in the first place, because you want to have a chance to meet someone without, like someone just Googling you or looking at your profile or anything like that. That's the whole reason you go there, man. But then a lot of the times the contestants treat it like, okay, so we had a good time and the pause, we talked very nice, but now that I see you and now that we're in the real world, I remember suddenly that there's people and I have options, and yeah, bye-bye. Or some kind of vibe like that. The thing I wanted to just point out is, if you yourself want to be in a relationship or are in a relationship, just remember that, it's you and one other person. That relationship, typically, if it's, just a relationship with 2 people, so I'm not even going to go through the poly stuff and all that. Anyways, but, you have to treat them as a person because, surprise, I know, shock, but they are actually a person, and they have their own experiences, they have their own wants and desires, just like you. They want something, right? Like, it doesn't always have to be the same. Like, sure, there are a lot of people that would rather date people that they have a ton in common with, and then there's other people that will date others that are different from them, but they are able to respect the boundaries of them. Like, even if, let's say, you don't like going to a football match or something, right? You would still support your partner and say, yeah, if you want, you can go. Or, you know, I'll try to go to like one maybe, but I would prefer if we can find something in our common that we could like both enjoy, so it doesn't feel like my life is getting sucked out of me and whatnot, and so on and so forth. Just seems like some of the contestants really, you know, want to appear that they understand what it is about the TV show that they're signing up for, but then it turns out they don't really understand what they're signing up for, weirdly. Like, if anyone has watched season 2, you know who I'm talking about in that one. And right now I am watching season 3. I'm caught up to all the episodes, so I'm just waiting to see who actually gets the altar or not, because in any of this, you know, it's not like any of the people are pushing you towards anyone. Technically, that's what they tell us. Like, it's your choice. You think you're getting along with someone, then you want to maybe propose to them, they maybe accept it. That this is all your own choice. And if you end up going to the altar with them, again, it's your choice to be standing there. It's not like people are just chaining you up in their basements and being all like, okay, in 4 weeks we're coming back to get you, and we're gonna place you on the altar, okay? That's where you're gonna be. It's nothing like that dramatic. They always talk about like, yeah, right now it's so hard to date because of the apps, because, you know, people don't even take the time to listen to you anymore. They just swipe left if they don't like you, and even if they do swipe right, there's like, it's just, you know, like a very short encounter, and then it's all like, no, and then bye-bye. So these people want to find a more lasting relationship. Like season 1, we saw exactly, if you actually were aiming for a long lasting relationship, we saw exactly what that might look like in season 1. Season 2 was a bit more rocky if you think about it, but you know, there are some people that tried. I think there was a couple that did it, or 2 couples that stayed together, right? I don't know, after a while it just turns all into a blur. But the point is, if you understood anything of what I said, is just please, if you want to be in a relationship, you just understand that it is work, and it's work only because the other person may or may not be able to read your mind. And in most cases they won't be able to read your mind, so you will actually have to converse with them. Like, even if you guys get really used to each other, you would still need to converse to them if you have like a new idea, or you want them to know something or anything. Like, it's always gonna take effort. Just how much effort, that depends on, you know, your personality and all that, and how well you guys mesh with each other. That's all on you, but it will always take some amount of effort. Just realize that, okay? And that if you are looking to go into a relationship, by that point you should also realize that there are more people around you. Yes, like, don't be shocked later and say, oh, I didn't notice that I have so many options though, I got so many hotties coming after me. Like, I mean, sure, if your popularity suddenly rised up from social media or something and more people are coming after you, yes, you would find yourself in a new situation, but that should have been like a little bit on the back of your mind as well. Like, the possibility of while you're with someone else might, you know, try to ask you out or something, but the reason why you're with the other person is because that's who you wanted to be with, right? That's where it gets a bit confusing for some people, because they treat it like they totally forgot why they wanted to be with someone in the first place. Anyways, I will stop my rambling here. I also want to talk about Love is Blind Japan, because I did watch that one. I'm waiting for season 2, but I wanted to talk about it in a different scope of it all. You know, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I will talk about that in a later video and whatnot. So leave a like and subscribe if you like this kind of content, because I don't know, I'm gonna planning a bunch of different content, honestly. Like, it's not always gonna be gaming, not always gonna be anime, not always gonna be even reality TV shows, believe it or not, because there are a lot of topics to talk about. But in the end of the day, I hope you guys take care of yourselves. Maybe you had a great night or day or afternoon today, and that's good. I congratulate you for that, and I will see you in a different video. Bye bye for now.